We both eradicate people.
Right guys, we're watching Geeks Assemble today with another video, another review on the channel. We're going to be talking about Being Human, the finale of Series 4. So let's get on to it. So we have this episode, we've reviewed the first 4 episodes, now we're reviewing episode 5, 6, 7 and 8. Episode 5 we have this weird one with the connection back to Series 3, where this vampire young one returns with an older woman who's his school teacher, who he falls for. We learn that she is mystical powers as well, and we have that funny dynamic where anyone she touches, they fall for. And Tom falls for her, and then we have that going on, and the youngling, and then learning about him actually loving her anyway, even when she touched him and made him brainwash that way. So that was a nice, interesting story. We have another one with the basically Tom getting a girlfriend, a vampire werewolf girlfriend, who eventually leaves her, and Tom's heartbroken. But it's a lovely story, and it's a lovely character-driven story with Tom. And we have the werewolf and vampire connection as well, brotherly bonding between the two, with Hal and Tom actually supporting each other with these girls that they're trying to get with. And Hal doesn't want to get with someone because he doesn't want to turn into a vampire again, but Hal falls for this other one. And then later on, what's his name, the evil vampire, basically tricks him and gets Hal to drink her blood, and it's just a disaster. With that episode 7, I think, which I love the parallel between basically how when he was an older vampire, he drained the blood of this other vampire, and then you get the parallels between the two and what he did, what Hal did to this other vampire, and then later on when Hal's trying to be good and not be like him anymore, that vampire does the exact same thing to Hal with the woman he's trying to date, and there's so many parallels, and I just love it, and I think it works so well, and I just think it top-notch marks for that. Really. Yeah, then we have episode 7 where the old ones have arrived, which is very interesting, and played by Mark Gatiss, who's a brilliant actor and writer, who's lovely to see in this dark role. And then we have the Annie visiting the future Eve finally, and then finally getting that dynamic, and then future Eve persuading Annie that she is future Eve, and she shows Annie the future. Tom gets killed, but in a werewolf fight, vampires take over the world. Hal owns England and destruction and the Nazi symbols. And then we have Annie, who something happens to her and she disappears. So it's very intriguing what the future lies, and it's so dark to see. And then Annie's learning she needs to let Eve die as a kid, so this would never happen. The vampires want Eve to live as a baby growing up, so humans don't actually do anything about it. They just rely on this baby as hope, and the baby never does anything. So we have that going on, and then the finale where basically everything comes into play. Annie's almost letting that evil vampire kill the baby, but then she stakes him, can't let the baby die. Then Annie finally gets the bomb and blows up. And all these little pieces that Tom's been collecting, building a swimming pool, which turns out to be a bomb he's building, which is lovely and funny at the same time, and so Tom. And then we have Hal trying to stop being a vampire, but also we deal with this other person he was dating, who she learns about her grief and the afterlife and sort of thing like that. And yeah, she have that going on. And I just want to mention there's a funny episode with Annie killing this old dude, and then him learning that basically he wants to do something horrible. He wants to terrorize his ex, and then he can go off and open the door. Which Annie learns that there's something sometimes going off means not always a good thing. It can be a bad thing, and that's what Annie learns. She presses the bomb to destroy Eve and destroy the vampires, but also save humanity. And she did the best thing, but it was also the darkest thing to do for her. And she learnt that throughout that funny episode we got with the old man, which I just thought worked so well. Yeah, Hal and Tom and the other woman that he drained the blood of, they lock Hal up, ready for Series 5, trying to cure him, really, which I think really interesting and really works well. So yeah, that's my thoughts, that's my opinions on this series. It rounds off quite well. We say goodbye to Annie in the best way, and yeah, that's my thoughts, really. Hope you enjoyed my talk of these episodes I enjoyed and the connections that I linked in. What would I give this out of 10? I'm going to give it an 8.5. Really enjoyed the series, really incredible stuff and top notch. And yeah, it's a brilliant way to send off our main characters. Now we have Tom, we have Hal, and we have this other ghost who we're going to learn about for Series 5. So join me for my review on that. If you're not a fan of me reviewing Being Human, remember we do Game of Thrones eventually we're going to do, DC, Marvel, James Bond, Being Human, obviously, Doctor Who, Torchwood, Breaking Bad, Gotham, we do all sorts. This channel really is for everyone, so you might as well subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys for another video very soon. Have a nice day.